Hello everyone, Chris Lashava with RE/MAX Heritage Professionals, and I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in the market right now and explain for you who are thinking of buying why right now makes sense to buy, despite the higher than you're probably comfortable with interest rates. So the first one is that you can buy a house now and you can refinance later. We already see that mortgage rates have started to go down from the 8% that they were last year. And the Federal Reserve has indicated that they're likely to lower the Fed rate probably 3 times here in the next quarter. While that doesn't automatically mean mortgage rates will go down, it does likely mean that mortgage rates are going to go down. So you could have a reasonably good idea that you would not be paying whatever interest rate you purchase at for very long, that you likely would be able to refinance sometime in the next year. The second reason now is a good time to buy is that home prices are probably heading up. So we have talked at length about how there is an housing inventory shortage out there. In the U.S. alone, we're probably about 5 million homes short of what we need. In the state of Florida, probably 500,000 homes short, and that's being conservative. So what's going to happen as mortgage rates go down is a lot more buyers are going to decide to re-enter the housing market. There are a lot that kind of ran away when the rates went up over 8%. And as they've gone down, more and more of them are starting to come back. Most people have indicated that 6% is sort of the sweet spot. And so as rates get closer and closer to 6, or should they actually go below 6, that means more buyers are going to flood the market. Well, what happens when you have high demand and low supply? Even though our supply has been going up, it's still nowhere near what it needs to be. You're going to have an increase in home prices. So it's very likely that right now is the cheapest you can buy a home in the foreseeable future. So you can always refinance the rate. You can't refinance the cost of the home. So you can't change what you pay for the home. What you contract to pay for the home is what you're going to pay for the home. You can't change that later on. And so paying attention to, and I know a lot of people like to try to time the market, and if you're an investor, that makes sense. If you're looking to purchase for your primary residence, trying to time the market is generally a bad idea because you're almost always going to lose. But in terms of what we're seeing in the market right now is probably the best time for you to buy before prices start to go up dramatically. The third reason now is a good time to buy is that there is less competition. Again, it relates to that demand. The lower the rates go, the more buyers are going to enter the market. For those of you who remember what the pandemic market was like, a house would go on the market if it was in good condition, it was move-in ready, in a desirable neighborhood, it was gone within hours. You had to go see a home right away. You had no time to think about whether or not you wanted to put in an offer in, and when you did put in an offer, you had to waive contingencies like appraisals and inspections, which are bad ideas for first-time home buyers in particular, but really any home buyer, that's a bad idea. So if you want to be in that market, wait till rates go low. If you don't want to be in that kind of a market, you want to have less competition, again, now would be the right time to buy. The fourth reason that now is a good time to buy, as I mentioned, inventory is on the rise, so there are a little more options available. Again, there's not enough inventory to offset the real needs that we have in the U.S. or in the state of Florida. But it is on the rise, and it's higher than it's been in the last couple of years. So less competition, more homes means there's more deals to be made. There's more negotiation ability for you, and you're not going to have to waive contingencies. You'll have some time to think about whether you want to put an offer in on a home. It's just an overall better market for you as a home buyer. And then number 5, if it's the right time for you to buy a house, then it never makes sense to wait. Even though rates may be higher than you want and inventory is still not where it really want it to be, the reality is that for most people, owning a home is a better option than renting because rents are not cheap. And having the ability to customize the home how you want it, at least you're earning equity as well, whereas when you're renting, your landlord's earning equity on your income. At least if you buy a home, you're earning that equity. So if you are looking for a primary residence, this really is a really good time to buy. I cannot stress this enough. Too often see people who wait. There were people who, when mortgage rates were below 3%, wanted to wait because prices were too high and the competition was too stiff. Well, they waited and now they're paying 6, 7, or 8% in interest rate, or they're still paying rent that's gone up, in some cases $500 or $1,000 a month. Then there were people who wanted to wait because they didn't want the competition, and now they're looking at, again, higher prices. Prices have not really gone down. They stabilized, they dropped maybe 1% in some places, but they've gone back up and actually recovered whatever losses they had. So if you were waiting, you lost. You lost in this situation. And that's often what happens. It's just no way to completely predict what's going to happen. But if we really look at what's happening in the market right now, I think we're reasonably certain that as mortgage rates go down, demand is going to go up, which is going to cause prices to go up. And so if you want to get the cheapest price for whatever home it is you're looking at, now is probably the time. I hope you found this information helpful. If you want to talk more about this, happy to talk with you about it. Please let me know, reach out, comment below. I'll be happy to respond. As always, if you're looking to buy or sell in Central Florida, I'd love to help you out, or your friends and family, and love to have you subscribed here to my YouTube channel. Have a great day, everybody.